I think Grant's the most open about money. So I'm gonna go off the cuff and just have a straight up authentic conversation about money and let's see where this thing goes. I believe diversification is a big pile of crap that was sold to middle class America by the wealthy. And I'm gonna ask him about it, see what he thinks about it.
Okay, let's roll. Let's do this. Time is money, man.
Hey guys, this is Drew, and I'm with the man, the myth, the legend,
Drew.
Grant Cardone, the one, the only GC,
come
man.
on, man.
I love being here, man.
You know all the guys, right?
I know all of them.
You've met everybody.
Dude, I've interviewed Kevin O'Leary, Barbara Corcoran, Dean Grazio. I've interviewed so many people, Gary Vee, and all of them, man. This is the one that I'm absolutely most freaking excited about, dude. This is what keeps me up at night, knowing I was gonna meet with GC, to talk about my favorite topic, which is simply money.
Yeah.
It's a topic that most people try to
say real estate.
No, man, I want to talk about money because most people, it's one of those like taboo topics.
Money.
You know what I mean? And
Gary hates it.
Hates it.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know, bro. I was like pulling teeth to try to get him to.
What's wrong?
To talk.
What's wrong with you? Don't hate on.
And it's
like,
at the end of the day,
in God we trust.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, where everybody's going for the same thing. It's like weird to deny like it's not what we're playing for. It is what we're playing for.
Yeah.
It's what I mean. That's what we're trying to do.
Kevin O'Leary likes money.
He loves it, bro.
Yeah, Barbara
loves it.
She a hoe. Okay, let's see who else. Who else likes the money? Damon acts like he doesn't really like it. Like
he tries to hide behind. Like, is that important?
Sure, he does.
Yeah.
You know, he's trying to tell me, oh man, you bought a private jet. That was stupid. I'm like, you're the one that got on my private jet and went to Vegas with me.
He doesn't mind getting on it. That's for sure.
Yeah. So he had one, by the way.
Yeah.
You know,
Damon did.
Yeah, he just didn't use it correctly.
Right. Yeah, dude.
So he used it as a party house rather than as a production.
As a production vehicle, man.
To produce more money. So we're talking about money.
Talk about money, man.
How do you use it? How do you keep it? How do you get it?
So I got a couple of thoughts I want to bounce off of you.
Yeah.
And I use sort of like one big rule of money, and I have 3 little steps. Okay. I'm gonna throw it at you. You tell me advice, thoughts, opinions, your thoughts of it. I think after talking to everybody,
how old are you?
I'm 36 years old.
Okay, that counts.
36.
That
all right.
For something.
So I think when it comes to money,
how much money do you have? What's your net? What? How much liquid cash do you have right now?
Liquid cash? Liquid. I'm low because I don't like liquid cash. Okay, I got it.
Answer the question.
Liquid cash, all accounts, you're probably sitting at about 4.2.
4.2 million? 36 years old, you're way ahead of me.
But that's liquid. Forget liquid. I want assets. I want assets.
And then what do you got for assets?
So everything from I invest everything from apartments to storage units.
Okay.
To
so if we
go work buildings like we work offices.
Oh, yeah, that's a bad word. Right?
I got those. That's a bad one. I read the whole article. Not with him. A concept like it.
I
got everything from coffee shops.
You're way ahead of where I was.
Yeah, but I'm following you. So you're creating the roadmap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier when you can look and see it and follow the roadmap behind someone. You know what I mean? Which I told you, man. That's what so many people do. You inspire so many that we don't have to go through all the same trials and tribulations. Yeah. That someone like you
can if you want to.
You can. But it's going to cost you more.
Give me the map.
Yeah, give me the roadmap. Give me the GPS system, and let me follow it. Yeah. I think the big rule is this. I think the big rule is if you want money, you got to move money. That's my number one rule. You got to move it.
I like it.
You got to move it.
I like it. I like flows.
I say money comes from currency. Currency comes from currents. The word currents, and currents means movement. Yeah. So if you, to me, the originating word of money comes from move it.
It's to move. It's got to flow. It's got to flow. Currency also means to flow.
Yeah, and our whole world, when we were taught, I grew up at, my parents were school teachers, right? And I heard your story, of course, and it seems like on that side, we were taught to not move it. It's almost like we immediately break that rule, and we try to hoard it, hold on to it, and we're afraid we're going to lose it.
Yeah.
But every time I watch the story, right? It's like for generations we did the same thing. My whole family, right? I just talk about my whole family.
Yeah. What nationality?
We're from
Irish.
We got Irish and English.
Okay.
That's where we come from.
Okay.
But we come over here, man. All we do is hold on to it for generation after generation, and died broke.
Yeah. And let me just say, I asked you about your nationality because it does matter.
Okay.
Like it does matter. Like if you guys don't think, like, oh, is that a racist question he asked? Like it matters where you come from.
Interesting.
Because you carry with it. You carry with it hundreds of years of ideas and concepts and like anybody that thinks me being Italian, raised Italian, my grandparents came over here on a ship.
Right.
My grandfather was born without papers on the ship.
On the ship he was born.
On the ship he was born. He comes through. They come through New Orleans. They slapped WOP on him.
Okay.
Which was a derogatory term for Italians and Irish.
Wow.
Back in, it was like the N-word back then.
Yeah. Wow.
And it was called you're called a wop or a dago, or I don't know what they called the Irish.
I don't know.
Drunks.
Yeah.
You know, but everybody's coming over here to try to get a job, right?
Okay.
And so the scarcity's everywhere. People are coming over on ships, man, where there's limited food. My grandfather, Tony Nielli, has on his chest as a baby, on his blanket, WOP.
Okay.
Without papers.
Wow.
He never had papers to live here. So the Italian, the Mexican immigrants that come in here and never have papers, man, they're just kind of dodging and hiding and, you know, scrapping and gathering. You can't even invest money if you're an illegal.
Yeah.
How do you invest money in the system?
How do you
multiply it? So you can't move it.
You can't that way.
You're thinking about how do I hold it, keep it, put it in the wall, hide it.
And that's what they do, man.
Yeah, and that's when money stops.
Yeah.
The moment the individual does this, to hoard, to protect, you can't play defense and offense at the same time.
Because those are two different worlds, right? And we grew up in a whole world, at least I did. I grew up in a whole world of defense.
Yeah, totally.
And
me too.
You know, growing up religious almost becomes a negative thing. Like the money, you know, we don't have it. They play into it, and it becomes this taboo topic. And if we can't, my whole thought is, if we can't talk about money, well, how are you going to learn about it?
You're going to have problems with it. You can't talk about.
You know what I mean? It's not taught in schools anywhere else. It's not taught in colleges, and then we're not allowed to talk about it amongst ourselves.
And if you do talk about it, you know, it's taboo. So.
It's taboo. And you look about like.
And then when we do talk about it, the information that we're getting is pretty much negative.
Yeah, because we're almost going against the grain in class when I teach, and I open it up talking about money. You can almost feel the room like push back, like I can't believe we're in. Like he's not supposed to talk about that on stage.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you got to go against the grain on all of them to get through it. So point is, you totally believe in the money movement. That's a rule of money.
I know. I spent 20 years. I spent between probably actually from the age of 8, where I got a lesson about money, till probably like 51.
Yeah.
Even though I was building businesses, growing businesses, I was out learning how to sell. I was learning how to accumulate a little money. I was like you know, kind of, you know,
hustling.
I'm hustling and I'm trying to gather. I did not know how to use money. I was terrified to invest it. I was terrified to push it in. I was terrified to use it for marketing. So I just stored and hoard.
Yeah.
And the more I stored and hoard, the more scared I got.
Because now you're afraid of losing that piece of it, right?
Then I would make, every once in a while, I would make some dumb move. Like, okay, I got to invest in the stock market.
Yeah.
Every like, I don't know, 18 months or so, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go into a mutual fund. Oh, I'm gonna go into a global thing. Oh, I'm gonna go into international fund. I'm gonna go into whatever, dude. Like
oil, commodities.
Like they never went up enough. The ones that I bought that were right, I never bought a big enough position. And the ones where I took a position, I lost. Okay, I bought stuff when it was on the way down, because again, I'm chicken.
Right.
Oh, buy low and sell high.
Sure.
Complete misnomer. It is not how rich people get rich. They don't buy low and sell high. Okay, they buy great assets. Warren Buffett has bought great assets typically for a premium, by the way. He bought Apple at $183 a share. Missed it for 20 years at $2.
Yep.
$20, $50. So he didn't buy it low. He bought it at a substantial price. I mean, once he understood it.
If you follow him, his whole principle is he's buying good companies, solid,
he's buying great companies.
Great, you know
all of them have one thing in common: flows.
Yeah,
cash flow.
Cash flow.
They all have cash flow.
Cash flow.
Mr. Wonderful talks about this. You know? If it don't cash flow, he won't buy it. If it don't cash flow, say no.
Which is your whole process. I mean, obviously everybody follows you here. Your whole thing is even your personal house, which goes against the grain. Like it's so many conventional knowledge of America's, which is your greatest asset is to buy your personal house, which to me is a big pile of it was a scam that was sort of sold to us in middle class. And I love it when you talk about it. It's great for the banks, man.
It wasn't good for the American people.
And you rent where you live,
where I live,
and own all this real estate that cash flows. Go back to the word cash flow.
Yeah, own quite a bit of real estate.
And that's the whole play of it. It goes back to cash flow, just like Buffett was talking about cash flow into it. We talk about money.
If I had the kind of money you have,
shit,
I don't. But dude, I would own so much. Like I'd be doing one thing right now. I'd be loading up on the apartments that I'm buying today. If I was 36 years old in your position, there's no way I'd be on stage speaking to anybody. I'd be.
And you buy all
apartments.
Class A?
No.
Or you buy some Class
A,
B?
B, C.
You do buy A, B, C?
Yeah, A, B, C.
No D, no F.
It's good enough for Michael Jackson. It's good enough for me.
Talk about money movement.
Yeah, I'm not buying D's and F's, and I and we don't buy a lot of C anymore either.
Yeah.
But A's and B's, great locations.
It's still all about on the apartments for you, for your funds that you guys have. Is it? I know it's cash you're looking for. Are you still repurposing them and getting the equity back out, or is a lot of it moving into
cash flow? I'm not a big believer in the value add phenomenon. But sometimes the value add is just time. Like you can go. Look, the American public doesn't have the income in America. If you look at the income, it's pretty flat.
Right.
With inflation, it's like 59,000. 2007, 8, 9, and 10 came along, wham, it dipped. It's back to 58. Like it's not done, it hadn't done anything. Housing in America has made 1% a year for 30 years. Almost nothing. Interest rates are going down.
Right. Okay.
The guy doesn't make any more money, and house values aren't going up. So how are you going to create wealth? It's not in the house, and it's not in your job. Because people aren't getting an increase in, even though 3.5% of the public is out of work and 96.5% is working, their incomes didn't go up. That's why they're renting.
Right.
And renting is going to become the new home building of America. Like back in the 50s and 60s, D.H. Horton and these big housing companies, they were building homes, big suburban, like
Shea homes, Syntex homes.
Exactly.
Yeah, all of them.
Those guys are building apartments.
All apartments.
They're building 300 unit complexes where people can pay $1,500 a month.
I was watching some of your videos. You just mentioned some stuff recently on some of your stories about baby boomers in rentals and the millennials into rentals. Looking at those two exploding the rental market side of it.
So like it's been said quite a bit that the millennial will be a renter because they're users.
Right.
There's 89 million millennials. I thought the number was like 70 million, 75 million.
So 89 million
between the age of 25 and 38.
Okay.
You guys would fit, right?
Yep.
You rent? Yeah, you rent? Yeah, both rent.
Both rent.
You guys live here?
Oh, California,
well,
Chicago.
You gotta rent. You gotta rent. Right, right. What do you pay in rent?
In Cali.
2,000.
Yeah. One bedroom, go to Northern California, it's gonna be $6,800. Anywhere in the Silicon Valley, San Mateo, like those are $6,800, $7,500. Remember some of that stuff? 1980 product. Not this stuff right behind me, that's 2005. Those rents are probably $1,800 a month, less than California. And so your question was
2 bedrooms.
So 2 bedrooms.
Yeah,
we got 89 with water. We actually have water here. You guys can't even drink your water.
Or power. They lost power recently, right?
Can't even keep the place electrified. so
millennials and baby boomers.
89 million millennials, right? So those guys are renters because there's no money. They don't have money, period. Like, number one. Number two, they don't want to lose mobility. You also have, and this is what the newspaper, CNBC and the Wall Street Journal have not covered, which is the baby boomer in America, meaning I think they're 50 years old to 68 years old or something. They've already owned a home.
Sure.
Like I owned a home in Houston, a second one in Houston, a third one in San Diego, a fourth one in San Diego, a fifth one in LA. I don't need another house. Mm-hmm. Like I've owned I know it's not a dream.
Right.
It's a pain in the ass most of the time. I gotta fix the tub, I gotta furnish the house, I gotta fix it, I gotta roof it, I gotta paint it, I gotta take care of it, I gotta clean out the garage. It's just a pain in the ass.
Cut the grass, everything, right?
Then when I wanna sell it, it depends on whether the economy's good. It depends on how much I'm in the house for, blah, blah, blah. And I gotta pay 6% to a broker. So if it's $1 million house, 60 grand goes to the broker on the way out and on the way in. It's 120 grand went to broker fees on $1 million purchase.
Right.
So I don't know how much money you think you're gonna make on it. 6% goes to the bank every year. So if I'm in that house for 10 years, 6% times 10 years, 60%. So I gotta make 2.2 million to break even on this deal.
For all the money you paid back to the bank as well, on the amortized loans.
Paid the bank back. Now, if I didn't take a loan, that was opportunity cost, so that 6% is still there, because you could have invested that money with me at Cardone Capital, and I'd have paid you 6%, and there'll probably be a triple. There's not going to be a triple in your house.
No.
So the point of that story is, even if I was making money in the deal, I don't want a house, man. I want to be in Singapore and Dubai. You're going to have 75 million boomers that are like, I've lived in America long enough. I'm ready to travel. I'm ready to see the world. I've waited my whole life. They're going to tap into their IRAs and their Kios and their 401ks that they're going to be forced to dump out of. And because you're forced by law. At some point, you got to start making withdrawals. What am I going to do? I don't want better furniture for my house. I hate my house.
Right.
I've been here 17 years. If I die, it even gets worse. Imagine if a quarter of the baby boomers die in the next, 36 months. Are your parents alive?
Mine are, yeah.
Yeah, yours are?
Yep.
Okay, what are you going to do with their house?
Well, it's unique. I was about to tell you, my dad owned houses his whole life, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
When he went to retire, he was like, screw it, I don't want to own a house.
I don't want to own this,
why he's like,
this is not a new thing.
I'm 60. He's like, why do I want to own it? He said, and he got a condo, rents it.
Yeah.
And if he has a problem, he calls
So he doesn't own a house.
Not no more, he's done.
But you guys, your parents died, your dad's died, your brothers and sisters, y'all be arguing about whether to sell the house or not. And one of your sisters is going to be like, oh, let's not sell it. We have so many good memories here.
Yep.
So stupid. Not only will you sell it, but imagine millions and millions, 20 million people selling their home in the same time period.
Right.
And nobody cares what the price is.
Right.
You're talking about cataclysmic devaluation of a house, because those homes are going to be devalued because the only thing that's valuable about that house is you have to find somebody emotionally connected to that purchase. Seriously emotionally connected.
Okay.
I got to sign a 30-year note.
Okay.
I got to love this house. I got to believe, oh my God, my life is going to be so much better in this house, okay? And that's a hard thing to sell to people that are like, dude, I want mobility. I want to travel.
And millennials do. Millennials want the ability to pick up and go.
Yeah.
And for jobs, they'll chase jobs all over across the country. No problem. It's nothing to them.
And the boomers not. The boomers like, there's $5 trillion sitting in equity in homes today.
Yeah.
5 million homes in America are still underwater from 2010.
The crash,
Like people need to do their research on this home thing as, was it really good? Or like you said, was it just good for the banks?
Yeah. When you talk about pass the rule of money movement, I go to 3 little steps here, okay? And I call it.
And back to your currency, back to flows.
Yeah, flow, yeah.
Money's not flowing in the house.
No, it sits.
It sits there, it just dies.
It's amazing. I know you were just in California speaking. In California, I go there all the time, and they'll always talk to me in class that, well, I got 600 grand in equity.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean? Where is it? Give it to me.
Yeah,
Let me see it.
Yeah.
Let me see it. You know what I mean? Well,
I can borrow
my house.
Yeah, but you don't.
Right. Again, it goes back to the scared of it, and then they'll let it sit there, and then until it crashes again.
Yeah, and why did they pay it off? Because everybody's looking for an exit. Rather than quit looking for a retirement. Retirement plans and pension funds and Kios and these mechanisms were good for Wall Street. They're not.
It's brilliant, man.
I'm going to get out of the game. The way to get out of the game is to have flows coming at you.
Yep. Multiple flows.
Huh?
Multiple flows.
Multiple flows of income coming at you, so that I can go on a cruise for as long as I want, and the flows keep coming. You know, you're seeing my business expand right here.
Right.
My business is expanding because of the real estate.
All the cash flow.
The cash flow is unbelievable. It gives me, I have this one business that just like pukes.
The golden egg.
It just keeps puking. On the 15th of the month, I get checks from all these different sources.
Yeah.
And that happens whether I'm working or not, which gives me the inspiration to want to actually push that money back into marketing, branding, into my other businesses. It gives me courage too.
Yeah.
Money might not make you happy, but it will give you, it's like a good shot of tequila.
Yeah.
It'll give you some courage. If you get enough of it.
Sure.
A little bit of it will just scare you.
You get scared of it.
But if you get enough of it and you're like, came again, it came again, it came again, it came again, it came again. Man, I get years of money coming at me. I'm like, whoa, I think I can trust this shit, man.
Yeah.
This is going to happen. It's going to keep happening. And then you get courageous.
Well, the point of, I talk about creating it. You got to create it, keep it, protect it.
Yeah,
okay?
Multiply it.
Multiply it.
That's how you protect it.
Okay,
grow it up.
Let's talk about it. So let's create first. When I think about creating, I think about you can create, obviously you talk about.
Well, I don't need to create it. I would disagree with you.
All right.
It's already made.
It's already made. Okay.
I need to connect with it.
Oh, good word, connect. Connect with it.
Right.
Meaning it already exists.
You're not supposed to create money. It's kind of against the law.
Can't print it, right? Okay. So give me your philosophy on it then.
I just need, who's got it?
Who's got it?
That's my t-shirt. Who's got my money?
Who's got my money? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we got a t-shirt? I need to give him one of my t-shirts. Who's got my money?
Okay.
So people already have this. Money's already in it's either in, what do you call it?
Flow, movement.
Flows, movements, currency.
Currents.
It's in the economy.
Okay.
Or it's sitting somewhere.
Idle.
$5 trillion is sitting in
equity.
5.8 trillion sitting in equities, in equity in a home.
Yeah.
$6 trillion is sitting in ETFs and 401ks, just dead.
Dead.
And there's another 5 or 6 trillion in America, this is just America, sitting in cash accounts.
Right.
Doing nothing. All this money's stagnant pools, right? The moment this money starts moving, right? That's why holidays are so brutal on people.
Okay.
Weekends and holidays is when people spend most of their money. Because when money gets bored, it wants to go play. It don't sleep.
Bored money wants to play.
It wants to play. It's like, okay, and ignored money will leave you.
I mean, it has the energy. Money has energy. If you're ignoring it, it wants to do it. It wants to go work for you.
It wants to go work.
It will go work for you. But if you don't make it work, then it wants to go play.
It's going to go play.
And that's what they spend on weekends.
If you ignore it,
yeah,
it's playing at Wall Street. Those Wall Street guys love that money.
Yeah.
They're working it.
Yeah.
The banks love it. Bank of America loves money because what they do is they take my 100 grand, they immediately convert it to digits and send it out to people. They multiply it. So they get it. They don't make it. They get it.
They get it.
They keep it for a second, protect it. That would be my second one.
Okay,
protect it for a second. And the way to protect cash is to convert it to something else immediately.
Right.
It's not to keep cash.
No.
And then what they do is they send it out to the universe and say, send me back a penny. Like they just want to grow every dollar by pennies, a couple pennies. They value pennies.
Yeah.
They're in the multiplication.
And the multiplication side.
And how many times can they do that? So can they loan $100 or 100,000 out 9 times?
Yeah. So you're
in the money game. They're committed to the money game, and most people watching this are not committed to the money game.
They're all in on the money game. That's all they're doing.
Who the banks?
I mean the banks.
The banks.
The banks. Wall Street's. They're taking your money.
They're in the money game
to go do it, right? And they're multiplying it, like you said.
It's not really my money though.
Okay.
It's somebody else's money that I'm holding on to for a second.
Sure. Right. It's flowing. It has
to. Flow. It's in the flow, right?
Flow. So I saw an illustration you gave a long time ago in class, and I thought, man, this was brilliant when you did it.
Yeah.
And you may still do it, but you recorded one where you went to a person and gave money. And it kept moving.
How much
moving.
money was that? Yeah.
And it kept going to one person to one person to one person.
Same $100.
Same $100.
You know, moved to about 7 or 8 people.
Yeah.
Which is an $800 economy.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And if you notice at the end of it, I get the money back. It makes it 900.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. Talk to me about, okay, that's connecting, trading,
and the point of that is that money is useless until it is used.
Right.
This pen's useless.
Yep.
Right. Until it is used. How could I use the pen? Oh, wow, I haven't used the pen recently. I saw this pen today. I'm like, I'm gonna give this out as a gift. Much more valuable as a gift to someone else. Hey, I was thinking about you today. Much more valuable as a gift. This probably goes back to that biblical thing about better to give than to receive.
Receive, sure.
You know, so money needs to be, it doesn't just need to be given to people. Like very rarely am I gonna just give a homeless person money.
Right.
Because I think most of those people either, that's just a scam.
Okay.
Or they're gonna throw drugs in their arm. So, but I'll give a charity money. I'll give somebody with a purpose money. I need to know that money's going someplace that is pro-survival.
You want the money to, it's almost like I talk about, you want the money to reach its potential.
Yeah,
money has potential.
Totally. And whether I keep it or whether I give the pin out, this pin has no potential in my pocket.
Right. Yeah.
Nobody.
And when you give money, you want to make sure that money's reaching its potential.
Yeah, that's right. I want it to grow up.
To grow, move.
Not to kill somebody.
Exactly. Not to go in an arm or whatever it is, or snort it or whatever it is.
To charities that I need to know. Like I've given millions and millions of dollars to charity. I've raised hundreds of millions of dollars.
Sure.
I need to know that money's going into somebody's hands, and if they need water in the Bahamas, they're getting water, or they're getting shirts, or they're getting sandals.
I love it. I love the potential of money.
The potential.
It's a
beautiful thing.
And it's so unique, man. You talk about, when you talk about, go back to connecting it.
We ought to go on the road together. We need to be killers, man.
Connecting it, man, because so many people, what's the opposite of money movement? Right, water, we talk about water, how money comes from currents. The opposite of that here in Florida, right? We have oceans, there's currents, stagnant water, right?
Yeah.
Stagnant water, stagnant ponds, swamps. And when money doesn't move, it dies.
Yeah, exactly.
And I always ask people in class to talk to them and say, man, how much money has ran through your hands in your lifetime?
Yeah.
How much? No, not yours, not yours. I'm asking them, like you think about it.
Good question. You got me excited there.
Yeah. But so much money has ran through their hands.
Yeah. Millions.
And I always say, so you were a millionaire. You just lost it. Totally. You gave it. You didn't use it, right?
Yeah. And it's all how can you keep it when you're saying bad stuff about it?
Right, it's a great point, right? Money's the root of all evil.
Money won't make you happy. Yeah. Money's the root of all evil. Money's dirty.
Rich people are
greedy.
Greedy.
You know, all this stuff. All this, like you're hating on. Why would the money stay with you?
It's like
why would it do good things?
If you talked about your partner that way,
dude. Right? If you talked about your car like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Go out and talk about your car. Just like,
I hate this car.
Like bitch slap your car every day.
Every day.
I hate my car. My car sucks. My car's ugly. It's just going to get worse. Talk about your furniture. Yeah. Anything you ignore will lose value. Mm-hmm. Wives, brothers, sisters.
You're literally doing it to yourself. You're devaluing your own money to yourself.
And then somebody else takes it, shines it up.
Says, hey,
it's running like
I don't devalue.
How many of us have cleaned our car before and you're like, dude, this thing is driving like a top.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This thing is, it's faster.
Yeah. Smoother.
I might get laid tonight in it. Yeah. Yesterday you hated your car.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I love it, man. I talk to you about. This is a big one for me, which is about keeping it.
Yeah.
Meaning, I see so many small business owners, right? Yeah. Hustlers, man, hustlers. They can go out there and make some money. Right?
Collect it.
Then collect it, right?
Yeah.
But they have a problem keeping it, and by keeping it, we go two different ways with it. And the most common is understand how to management. That's one way. But to me, there's a bigger point that I think so many small business entrepreneurs miss, which is what takes their money from them constantly. And to me, the two biggest things that takes your money, taxes and inflation. Just constant, because inflation never stops.
Yeah,
it's just constant drain, like a hole in the bucket that always pours out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But those wouldn't be on anybody's list.
No.
They'd be like rent, mortgage, taxes, not taxes,
food.
Employees, people cost money.
And to me, I look at, if I want to make money, I make $1 million this year, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Part of my job is to make sure I keep that $1 million.
Yeah.
So many small businesses, you probably see this.
Where do you live?
In Florida. I moved here.
Okay, good for you.
I'm gonna get that point.
You saw me make my move.
I'm gonna get that point.
Saw me make my
I
move,
saw you make the move and said, now why did Grant do that? Now hold on a second.
You saw Tony follow me over here?
Yeah, Tony did, right? I wasn't stupid, man. I saw you make the move and you start putting the dots together, right? Of why you do, right?
Yeah.
And
see, most people won't make the move. They want to make a move without making a move. People are like, oh, I'll do anything. I'll do whatever it takes. Okay, well, good, move. Oh, wow. Wow, my mom lives here. My dad lives here. Move.
Yeah.
Put yourself in a better position to send money to your mom and your dad.
My whole family was from Atlanta, born and raised Atlanta. And when I got the money, I knew I had to keep it. I knew how to protect it, right? I knew I had to. And like you said, I was willing to make the move.
Yeah.
And I left. I went to Florida. I looked it up, researched
you got
everything.
Into the flow. You got into the flow.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was amazing was as I did that, most of those family members don't mind moving when the money where the money source is.
Oh,
that makes sense to you? Whereas so many people are afraid to make the move, though.
Yeah, I think most people won't even move if the flow's there. I mean,
won't do
that's why we get our asses kicked here by immigrants, right? People come in from another country. You move across town, you're like, oh my God, this move was, oh my God, we moved all the way, we moved to another state.
Yeah.
I moved from Louisiana to Houston. I was like devastated.
Right.
It's like, oh my God.
It's like the same
I crossed
people
the border, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you got people leaving freaking, swimming the Danube from Romania to get across to Bucharest to run through barefooted with their 2 kids. Finally get here, and then we wonder why she works in a salon now, and she's making $200 grand a year in a salon, kicking everybody's ass around her because she's so hungry. And can't even speak the language.
Yeah, figuring that out as she goes.
She's from Hungary.
It's amazing, man, how many people, and then on the other side of it, you have people that are freaking out to move in to a new school district.
Totally. Oh my God, oh my God, you know my God. And it's all about the kids, too. We can't move, they won't move.
Yeah, they won't.
I got to get, my kids are in the school system.
I can't pull them out.
Can't pull them out,
dude. My God.
3 years left.
What would they do?
Okay, well, they'd probably be smarter.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep them in a school that already has bad results. They're friends.
Yeah.
Their friends are so important to them.
Right.
So they're making their decisions now based on a 6-year-old or a 16-year-old.
So you think on keeping it.
And even people that make decisions about their dog.
Yeah, it's not a pet-friendly state.
Like, what are we doing? Like, think about it. Like, now, those same people that I just banged on about the dog and the kids, you're going to say, oh, I'm just a creep. I got 2 beautiful kids.
Yeah.
I got rid of 4 dogs and a bird. because I knew when the kids came along, I had too much going on. I was like, okay, wait a minute. It was 2010. I had one kid, another kid on the way. I'm like, I'm getting cut in half. My two businesses are in trouble. I'm in California where they're stealing from me.
Yeah.
Not only does California steal from you, it's not like the money does anything.
No.
I don't mind. If the schools got better, okay, the roads got better, okay, nothing gets better. Like the money just sucking money out of me. My two companies are bleeding out. I got real estate I can't move. I can't do anything. I got banks that are failing around me. Literally, I owed $52 million to a bank that failed.
Just went under.
Like I got all this pressure coming at me. I got a lawsuit hit me. Some guy that's going down because he was a criminal, he's suing me.
Yeah.
So all this stuff, you know, when it rains, it pours, right? So it's all coming at me. And I realized at that time, oh, dude, you didn't have enough reserves.
Okay.
Number two, and the reserves were so I could make moves.
Okay.
And number two, you didn't have enough income. You didn't have enough flows.
Yeah.
That were indestructible.
Goes back to it again.
My rental properties is what got me through 2010.
What kept you going, moving, afloat?
The flow never stopped.
Yeah.
The apartments kept flowing.
Right.
And then like 2011, the flows got bigger. Like, what just happened, man?
When'd you buy that first apartment? What year? Do you remember? Your first one?
I didn't own the first ones anymore. I had already rolled those.
You had rolled those?
Yeah, so the first ones I bought I was 33 years old. I think I bought my first apartment.
Your first ones?
Yeah. 1.9 million. I put 350 down.
You still remember it?
5.1. Yeah,
You still remember it, huh?
It's the biggest score I had. Like up to that point, I had two companies. I made $4 million on one deal. I'd never made $4 million my whole life. I was like, oh, I'm hooked for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, I was hooked when I sold my first house. I bought a house with $3,000 down. I had $200 a month cash flow. I had that house in maybe 6 months. I sold it and came out with $6,000.
Right.
Now everybody's like, dude, that wasn't worth the time. That was 100% return.
Yep.
Like, it was 100% return on my money. I'm like, how many times can I do this? This is what I was telling Dean.
Yeah, sure.
I bought one house. I never bought another house as an investment. He bought 600 of them like that.
Yeah, he buys them, yeah.
I'm like, dude, my next deal was 38 units in one location.
You went from one?
I went from 1 to 38.
To 38 was your next one.
38, 48, second was 48, 30 days later. 38, 48,
Yeah.
two purchases, 70, 82 units.
What state?
California. I was in
okay.
California.
Okay.
They were still sensible at that time. Third deal, 90 days later, was 92 units. So I had, I don't know, a couple hundred units. Going into 2010, I had maybe at that time, maybe 300, 400 units.
Okay. Going into 2010.
I got 6,500 now.
Yeah, now it's
I have more
crazy
vacancy today
than you had.
Than I had ownership back then. Because I learned in 2010, the thing that will get me through the next recession is rental income.
Right.
It will not be this business.
So you went all in on the rental income side.
Everything. Like so that's all I study. I don't do the storage, and I because I know it. Like I just study this one space and get really good at it and just repeat our formula over and over again.
That's cool. Tell me about, when so many people out there in small business, right, talk about keeping it, right?
Yeah.
They play this, to me, I see them play this deduction game, okay? But I think it's the wrong deduction game. And there's value to it, don't get me wrong. But I see your deduction game and I see their deduction game.
Yeah.
Their deduction game, their small business is, for them to have the deduction, they have to spend it on something to write it off.
Yeah.
And at the end of the year, they're hoping that on April 15th, their taxes are zero because they went on trips and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But your deductions are not that. I mean, they're there, but you're doing that apartment complex deductions, which is it's an asset deduction versus I had to go spend this money just to go not pay anything at the end of the year.
Yeah, well, most of the good old days of deductions are gone.
They kind of went away, right?
You used to be able to write off your clothes.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore. You used to be able to write off meals. I could write off 80% of a meal, took a client. I could write off 100% if I took a client. Then that got cut to 50%. It's gone now. All entertainment expenses are gone. You got to know what the tax code is. And as the tax code changes, because it goes back to what you said a few minutes ago. I love this conversation, by the way.
Thank you.
I wish more people had financial intelligence.
Yeah.
It goes back to that thing. The biggest expense you have is your federal and state income tax. And so how do I reduce that to zero? Like, if I ever run for president and be like, here's my tax form. Like, fuck, I don't pay anybody anything if I don't have to. Like,
that's the point of
it. Here, y'all want to see my tax form? Here it is. Let me explain it to you. I don't pay nothing to the IRS because I hate their guts, and you should too.
Yeah.
Vote for me. 2020.
That's the
Vote
slogan,
for me
right?
Vote for GC in 2020.
Yeah.
Vote for Uncle G in 2020. I don't know. And I'll show you how we just, get rid of the IRS. without getting rid of them, right? The game is, because people have already done this. And that's why Trump doesn't want to show his taxes. Mitt Romney didn't want to show them. These guys have big real estate holdings.
Right.
Where they can show hundreds of millions of dollars of losses. So if you saw Trump's farm, you'd be like, wait a minute, you made 200 million.
Yep.
And you have a loss of 900 million.
Right.
Like, how's that even possible?
Yeah.
Okay, but you have assets that are worth 12 billion. So you're like, I can't do the math. You can't even think with it because it's so bizarre. But that's real estate. That's what real estate does. So, you know, when I make decisions to purchase things, it's like, number one, is it tax deductible is my number one consideration.
Yeah.
You know, is it tax deductible? Can I deduct it from taxes? Because that would indicate that it's a business expense and it's not some luxury purchase. Mm-hmm. Now, that's short of my wife wanting a bag. Okay, because
Can't
you
write it
know,
off.
happy life. You do not want the wife on your ass.
Yeah.
It's better to have the IRS out of it. So number one, can I write it off? It doesn't mean I'll buy it or not buy it because of that.
Right.
Number two, and probably more importantly, will it make me money? Because
Yeah.
I'd rather collect more money.
Sure.
Somebody else's money. I'd rather get bigger back into the flow and pay a tax on it.
Yeah, I just think there's a misconception because I did it when I started off, right? Like you start with a small little business,
Of course.
and it's like, oh, I can't pay on April 15th. Well, I'm gonna go buy this new computer. Well, you start small, right? Buy this. But my point is, at the end of the year, you still don't have any money. You spent all that you had.
Yeah, you should have bought the printer because it made you money.
Exactly.
Like it would have connected you with money, and then you get the write-up.
And my point is, when I see you do it, I know there's still that side of it, but there's the brilliant side of the apartments and the tax deductions and what you're talking about with the Trump, how it's 12 billion writing off 900, but you made two. What are you talking about, right?
It's insane.
And that to me is like the asset deduction side of it that I think small business owners miss.
A little trick that would keep people from not doing that is like, I only buy dumb stuff with passive income.
Yeah,
So this is a little thing that I added to my financial model was, okay, I like dumb stuff as much as the next person, right? I like watches.
You got some cool cars.
I bought 2 Rolls Royces. I never thought I'd buy, I could have bought a Rolls Royce when I was 40 years old. I didn't. I said, I'm not old enough to buy a Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
I didn't have a Rolex until I was 45 years old. Mm-hmm. I could afford one.
Sure.
I just didn't think I was old enough to wear one. It had nothing to do with the money, right?
Sure.
But I couldn't write it off. And I didn't have my passive income flows.
That's where it's at,
So
man.
my deal is this. When I do dumb stuff, if I can't buy 2 of them with cash, I don't buy them.
That's a good rule. So if you can't buy 2.
So if you see a paddock and you want it and it's 400 grand and there's only 1,500 of them in the world and you're like, oh my God, I want that thing so bad. Oh, I want that thing so bad. If you can't buy 2 of them with cash, then
away.
you're not ready to do it yet.
Not ready that time.
Number 2 part of that is this, okay? It needs to come from passive income. Not because you went on stage,
Right? That's
rocked the place,
earned
you're a
income,
rapper.
the active income.
That's earned income.
Yeah.
You were a monkey. Give me the quarter.
Yeah.
You danced or whatever your monkey act is, right? The third thing is you need to know it's done. Either way.
Just acknowledge it.
It was, I had double the money.
Yeah.
Okay. Came out of passive income. It's still stupid.
Acknowledge, call it what it is.
Call it what it is.
But I love it because if you buy, the thing about it, if you buy the watch from passive income,
Yeah.
the nice thing is next month, there's another 400,000.
It should be real passive income.
Right.
You're totally right. Because real passive income is not something that happens once.
No.
It should repeat itself next month.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's active income because you had to do something. You had to do some trick to get that.
You talk about money movement. I always talk about money in general. I always say that there's only 2 ways to get money. Either money's got to move or you got to move.
Yeah, that's right.
Those are 2 ways.
That's right.
Either
Yeah, that's right.
you're going to move.
Either way, it's got to move.
It's got
to move.
Yeah, it's got to move.
It's got to move.
And most people, 99% of America, they move every day for 40 years. That's what they got it. They got to go move.
Yeah.
And they refuse to move it, but they'll move themselves.
Yeah.
For 40 years, they'll
Yeah.
go move it.
Yeah.
Those are your 2 options.
Yeah.
Right? You move or it moves.
It's
But
gotta
either
move.
way,
It's gotta
it's
move.
gonna move.
It's gotta move.
It's gonna move.
For that 100 that you got in your pocket,
It's gonna move.
it's got to move out of you to me.
I love it, man. You talk about. Let me hit you one more thing on the because I love this game
awesome
right here.
too, man. I like this.
Those are custom made,
This
man.
is dumb.
This is dumb. That's
Can't
custom
write it
made.
off.
No, but look what it did. It made you get it, man.
You see, now it's working.
Hold on, look at this one. Look at this here.
No!
Oh
God
shit!
dang.
Whoa, God
Scare me,
dang.
man. They're everywhere, man.
Tell you about this, man. I love the game on taxes. I love the game of solos. The solo 401ks. With the Roth side of it.
Oh, you like that?
Dude,
I hate that.
You don't like the Roth side of it?
That's stupid.
I love that stuff,
So
man.
stupid. It's so small.
I buy so much stuff inside of that thing.
It's so stupid.
What did you like about it?
It's so stupid.
For you to invest in it, for you to. So
dude, it's just little. I did it because I was thinking small.
Okay.
So what's the max on that thing?
That you can contribute?
Yeah.
On a solo, my age, $58,000 a year contributions.
Yeah.
Unlimited creation though. Unlimited creation. So I take it inside of it, and I'll move that back and forth with me and you, right? So I take my solo, I give you X to go buy, crush it in your world. I get back mine, but mine's all tax free because it's coming out that Roth. So now my tax bracket is zero and all that money.
What can you invest in?
Dude, apartments?
No, you can because you are self-employed.
Yeah, on the solo side, yeah. But on the solo, you have to own the business.
But most people are not. They don't have that option.
Yeah, they're going to get stuck. What they get stuck with is giving to someone else.
The maximum, but you're using a bit of a unique situation, right? So
yeah, I'm using the creation side, not the contribution
I know, but
side.
if Johnny works for me, Johnny can't tap into a Roth.
Correct. Yeah. Not like
Number two, he doesn't make enough money. The most he could contribute to it is maybe $2,500 a month.
Yeah.
30 years, 2,500, 75,000. It does nothing for him.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, I 100%
killed your deal.
I know, I 100% agree with you on the contribution side. Yeah. I think it's I always tell my class, I would rather you contribute one time, put the 58,000 in, and let me make a law that says you can never contribute to it again. Now I'm going to make you move it, and if you'll spend the next 40 years moving it, focus on moving it, with people like you, right? With people buying, investing in stuff. That's the side of it that I love, man. I love that side of it because my tax bracket stays at zero constantly with it. It is a higher level game. I mean, I understand it's not for every employee out there.
I just know that somebody gives, like, what do you got in your Roth?
Money or assets? I have assets. That's why I don't keep very low cash inside of it. Every time I get cash, I get rid of it, man.
Yeah, good for you.
I put those assets back in that solo.
Good for you, man.
That Roth,
you
bro.
gotta figure it out. What do I
ain't playing that game. Okay, you say it, man. You're the one who taught me cash is trash.
I don't have any hankies. What do I know?
What do you know, man? You're the one that taught me cash is trash. You're the one that said
cash is trash.
You're the one that said, man, trade that cash for assets.
Totally.
That's what I did, man.
Make sure the assets, houses are not assets, cars are not assets. A car has a better chance of being an asset than a house does.
Interesting.
At least it gets you someplace.
Interesting. Last question I'm gonna ask you, man. Tell me about I think there's a scam in America, another one about money. Okay, called diversification.
Oh, totally.
I think it's a big pile of crap. I just interviewed a hedge fund manager at a Greenwich, Connecticut.
Yeah, what did he say? He's all for it, huh?
No,
he doesn't do it for himself.
Yes, he actually said. He said, look, man. He said, if you're asking me straight up, he said, I think it's bullshit.
Yeah, totally.
He said it's not what my clients are doing.
No.
He said it's what the average, Edward Jones guy that's doing for someone else. Yeah. But he said the clients that I work with, the family offices and so forth. He said, man, that's not what they're. There's things that they do, but it's not the same level as what you're being pitched at your down the road at your financial advisor's office. Yeah. What's your thoughts on diversification?
Ridiculous.
Don't believe it.
Never.
Tell me why.
Never, because,
For the average American that's in their whole life doing it, right? Yeah. They put in their 401k.
Quit studying average people. Quit getting advice from average people.
Quit getting advice from broke people to figure out how to get money?
Quit getting your advice from millionaires.
Okay.
One of the biggest financial mistakes I made in my life was getting advice from my millionaire uncle.
Okay. Tell me why. Tell me the angle.
Because millionaires are in terror.
They're in terror.
They're fucking terrified.
Okay.
Terrified. They're worried every day. They're the grumpiest, scaredest, most miser, conservative people. Dude, a guy worth. I spent 95 days with a guy that's worth $4.4 billion. It is completely different. I remember I heard an interview by Mark Cuban. Somebody asked him, "Hey, is it different being a billionaire than a millionaire?" And he's like, "Yeah, everything about it is different."
Yeah.
Because the abundance. Where did he make his money? One deal. Where did Mark Zuckerberg make his money? One deal.
One deal.
Where did Warren Buffett make all his money? One deal. Not 10 deals. Not with Berkshire. One deal. He put all his money in one deal, got behind one. Where did Bill Gates make his money? One deal. Paul Allen, one deal. Bezos, one deal. Well, Elon Musk, one deal, makes it all, boom, throws it into 3 deals that he loves though. He loves them all. He's super rich.
More passionate about them, yeah.
Steve Jobs had 2 investments. That's it. The Rockefellers, one deal. The railroad guys, one deal. Like they weren't in everything. They weren't in oil and lumber and housing and stocks. They were in one deal. They got rich in one deal. Once you get super rich, I'm not talking about millionaire rich, super rich, then you can diversify to protect yourself.
So you pick that one thing that you crush.
I pick something, exactly.
That you crush, and you hyper focus on that thing.
Yeah.
You crush that thing until you get to the mega wealth. And
yeah,
then you can diversify.
So like we got 17 little businesses over here today. Okay, all of them. Their goal of all of them is to dump money into this one thing that can't be destroyed. My apartments will be at Cardone Capital. Will be around long after Facebook will be dead.
Yeah, I've heard you say it before.
So they will be. I know they're going to be there. That building right there, it's going to be a different color.
Yep.
They're going to paint the wrought iron some other color.
Yep.
They're going to be a different family living there. But I guarantee you,
that building
after that building right there,
you'll still be there. That apartment.
This building will probably be still here, and it'll be different. Probably have 4 or 5 stories on it. It's always going to be producing income. The location's stupid. People want it. It's desirable. Hard to get in here.
Yeah.
And it's going to pay income. Now that house, there's probably a house or a condo over there. Those condos in that building right there?
Yes, yeah.
Worthless.
Worthless.
Shit. Same block. I mean, literally, I could throw a rock over there.
Yeah, because you guys can't see it. There's an apartment complex right here. Like, I don't know.
Produces income.
50 feet away.
18, exactly.
And
I'm trying to buy it right now.
Condo complex over there.
Trying to buy them. And that that condo over there, garbage.
You would buy it and do an apartment conversion to it?
No, I just buy this one.
You just buy this one instead?
Just watch that one. Just watch stupid people make moves on it.
I
gotta live there. I need to have my place where you and I don't have sex anymore. It's our bedroom.
Gee, man, I love talking to you, brother.
Yeah,
you inspire so many, and you do so much. And I just want you to know, from every person out there like me that watches you, man, it's incredible what you do, what you do for others, man. It's incredible.
If people wake up or laugh or just wake up a little bit or laugh when they're listening to this. And
I got you tagged on my Instagram and my Facebook as the first that pops up.
Awesome.
Yeah, I just like to watch it, man. Watch those stories.
Awesome.
I love to watch you walk into the building. It's so inspiration. Everything I interview everybody. Last little thing here is I get everybody a little gift. Okay.
Oh, I love gifts.
Okay, now
I do till I don't. I got to tell you, I'm a terrible gift receiver, right, Rock? You telling this?
All right. Now she knows what it is.
Like if I hate it, can I tell you I hate it?
Oh, you tell me you hate it, bro. If you hate it, I'm gonna keep it because I love it.
Okay.
All right. So this is right here. So
I've been known to give gifts back.
And it's okay, man.
I'll tell you a story. I had a partner, Scott. Scott might see this.
Okay.
And he called me up. He's like, man, I got something for you, man. It was my birthday. I'm like,
yeah.
Dude, what is it? He lives in Orlando. I was living in California at the time. He's like, man, it's 2 beautiful chairs for your house. I said, dude, do not send me those chairs. He's like, you don't even know what they look like. I don't care what they look like.
I don't want the chairs.
I don't want them. Don't send them. He's like, well, let me tell you what they look like. Please don't. Don't tell me what they look like. Don't tell me anything else, dude. I'm telling you. He's like, you love cigars, man. They're Cohiba cigar chairs. I said, bro, if you send me those chairs, I'm gonna burn them in my fireplace.
All right, don't burn this if you don't like it. Give it back.
Okay.
Here's hold on. I give a lot of stuff, man. And Kevin O'Leary,
Is it a watch? Is it a watch?
No, man. Kevin O'Leary, I gave a signed football. A lot of stuff I do sports stuff for people, right? And I was gonna do something to you. I know you like baseball. If I follow you, were growing up, you were big in baseball, but I didn't do baseball.
Okay.
All right, so here's what I did, man.
Okay.
Here's what I did.
It's a home run.
I hope it's a home run.
It's light. It's kind of light, man.
It's light.
Bite me, Johnny. You want to open it, Johnny?
Raquel, see,
Johnny, I love that thing you got around your neck.
Yeah, I see all that.
Because I remember that trip.
Pull the whole thing up. I think it's.
Pull the whole thing up.
Yeah, there you go.
What is it? Let's see. What is it?
Flip it around. What is it? This right here. This is right here. I want you to stand, dude.
Roman.
This right here is money.
Dude,
that right there is
old money, dog.
That's from Julius Caesar.
Ooh.
That's 100. Wait, if you open it, it takes the certification off of it.
I won't open it.
It's 134 BC.
Dang, dog.
134 before Christ.
Before Cardone.
Before Cardone. Okay. Look, I want to show you this right here. Go this right here.
Dude, this is
awesome. Look right here. It says Caesar right there.
Caesar. So I was talking about Caesar this morning, man.
Julius Caesar. I did the history on it. Julius Caesar, actually, his family, when back those days, they would have their sort of own coins that they would like rendition. Okay. So that one right there was from Julius Caesar's family. That's what they renditioned. If you look on it, there's an elephant. Here's why I got it for you. Number 1 is money, but number 2, there's an elephant on top of it. If you look at what's underneath it, it's a serpent, okay? If you go back and study that.
Caesar, he was a sick dude too.
Julius Caesar.
They were doing some crazy shit back then.
Julius Caesar said.
I mean, these guys knew how to party.
Yeah, dude, they were another level.
He's
another level.
Hey, sis, we having a party this weekend. You good? So bring it.
And it just
Mama,
means,
Mama, you come too, Mama.
It means Julius Caesar's family is saying he's going to crush all competition, and the competitions of serpents.
Oh,
so it means he's going to walk over, destroy all of his competitors, competition, enemies against them. So that's 134 BC, Julius Caesar of money.
You see me as a dominator.
A dominator, crushing, crushing your competition, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you for doing this.
And I got a gift for me.
Okay.
I got a gift for me. Hey, give me
you
this right
got
here.
a gift for yourself?
I got a gift for myself. In my office,
Dude,
in my office.
That's a little weird, though.
In my office, everybody that interviewed that knows money, I have these in my office, and it's my little gift to myself. This right here.
Oh, dude, that is stupid.
Yeah.
This is awesome, man.
So it says money is a blank right here.
Let me fill it in.
And I want you, what money means to you, and I want you to sign it. What one word that money means to you.
Well, it's more than one word.
You put whatever you want to. What do you want to? You good? That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna show everybody here. Sign it for me first. Okay. Sign it for me right here. GC, Uncle G. I love it. 10X. He wrote, money is useless until it's used. The whole conversation about that right there,
awesome,
man.
Dude.
I had these all on my wall in my office of all these right here to let me know what people think of it. I'm gonna get a photo here.
Yeah,
with you,
let's do it.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, brother.
Great interview, man. I loved it.
Awesome.
Adam, you ready, brother? I'll clear this out for you. You good, Adam?
That's awesome. I love these. This is great. Awesome.
Man,
Pleasure,
GC, man.
Okay.
Appreciate it, brother.
Okay.
If you have anything, let me know.
Yeah.
If you have anything at all, brother.
Appreciate you, man. Rock, we know how to get in touch with them?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
The one, the only GC,
come
man.
on, man. Come
I
on.
love being here, man.
You know all the guys, right?
I know all of them.
You've met everybody.
Dude, I've interviewed Kevin O'Leary, Barbara Corcoran, Dean Grazio. I've interviewed so many people. Great, Gary V. Gary V. And all of them, man. This is the one that I'm absolutely most freaking excited about, dude. This is the one that keeps me up at night, known as the Meet with GC, to talk about my favorite topic, which is simply money.
Yeah.
It's a topic that most people try to
say real estate.
No, man, I want to talk about money because most people, it's one of those like